say, oh, hell no.
All of a sudden, I just have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
But it's okay. We're not gonna pause. We're gonna go right on through.
Are you sure?
Yep. Because we got things to do, and I gotta get you back to the office.
Well, I mean,
and I gotta get my car fixed.
Yeah, you.
Oh no, we will. We will make it.
Are you sure?
That wasn't loud. Yeah, we gonna make it. Okay. Yes. Yeah,
okay.
we gonna make it. Everything's gonna be great. Yes. Hi. Hello. Welcome to the show. Episode number
6.
Yes. Episode 6. And we got some stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah.
First thing here, let me tell you something. These jobs is killing me.
What's going on?
Okay, you know about the eye doctor's office. That's,
of course,
you know, saying whatever. The cleaning job.
Yes. How has that really been for you?
Ooh, it's only been 2 days. I feel like I've been working for 12 years.
I told you that's how them physical labor jobs will have you. Feeling like you've been working for 30-something years.
Yeah, but it don't even be that much. Like, okay, so I don't even know where to start. My thing is just the time. Like, okay, I can wipe stuff down. I can spray some shit. That's easy.
Yeah.
You know, I can vacuum. Okay, I can take out some trash, clean some toilets. I stepped in piss yesterday because somebody missed the whole, not toilet, but the urinal. And it's like, you literally just have to stand in front of it. How do you miss it?
Oh, the glamours of life.
Ooh, well, that was a golden glimmer that I didn't need. But I was like, you know what? Whatever. You know, when I get paid, I'll buy me some different shoes. You know? But my only problem is the timing.
Yeah, because you said that, what, it's 3 of you guys?
Well, yeah, only 3 because I was training yesterday.
And they give you, what, 2 hours to clean? Even though it takes longer to get things clean? Yeah. Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know, but I mean, like, as soon as we started, we were booking it. We was like, okay, we got to do a full clean. We got to sweep everywhere. We have to mop. Not just in the bathrooms, like, throughout the week, because you do certain things throughout the week. And then certain days, like a Friday or maybe a Saturday, that's when you have to do everything.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, this is only my 2nd day. I don't really know what I'm doing. But damn it, I can clean the hell out of my place. So I'm going to just put that to use.
Yes,
and so,
apply it to the job.
Yeah, right. And just go. And I was, we was booking it. But we still needed extra time. And we got 30 extra minutes. And we barely made that.
Wow.
Literally about like 2 minutes.
Is this building like really, really big?
So yeah, like imagine like TMS both sides. I'm gonna say times 3. Now luckily it wasn't the upstairs and the down, you know, it's all just one level, but you have like 6 or 7 doctor rooms. You have gosh, I think I started on exam room 15.
Oh,
have the nurses station.
It's a doctor's office.
It's the ears. It's the ear, nose, and throat place.
Okay, because I was gonna ask, like, what kind of building is it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I see. Now I got more of a visual insight.
We got the receptionist area.
Oh.
We have to do. I mean, even behind the receptionist area, I don't know what they do, but there's a few things back there. It was just, to me, it was just a lot to do in 2 hours.
And what are your, like, work hours? Is it as soon as you get off and then to a certain time? Like, what is it?
Yeah, so pretty much start at 5:30 every day.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, it will go on until about, I don't know, 6:30 or 7. Maybe 7:30, but that would pretty much be the latest, I think, as of right now.
Right.
Okay. But I'm just like, the time. We need more time. 2 hours is not enough to do all. Yeah. Even with like 3 people. It's not practical. Well, I hope they figure that out. I hope they come to some type of... No. You just have to learn how to pace yourself. Like, you have to go at the right speed that's good for you, but also good for the job. And you just have to know, like, okay.
Because it's like you want to make sure you're doing a good job, but at the same time, you know, you kind of...
doing a good job, that's another thing. We're going to talk about that next time. But this other job, the Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
What's up with that?
I told you online it said that they paid $12
an hour.
But then when I filled out my paperwork, it said $7.25. I saw that and I just quit filling out my paperwork.
Actually more than what I was making at Olive Garden.
I know, and that's why I was thinking, well, you know, maybe it's like tips included because, you know, servers and bartenders, waitresses, they get paid. In some places, they only get paid like $2 or $3 an hour, and then the rest of their money is just tips.
The servers at Olive Garden make $2.13 an hour, so they literally live off of the tips they make, and sometimes they don't even make that.
See,
so
and I can't do that, even though I already have 2 jobs. I still can't do that, but I called Red Lobster today.
Oh, okay, so this was one of the phone calls.
Well, yes.
And how did it?
I called the other location because I don't know if they had caller ID or not, so I didn't want my name to pop up. But I called them, and I was like, "So online is saying that the job is $12 an hour, but you know,
I'm filling this out and it says $7.25."
Right. So which one is? And I was like, "Yeah, it is $7.25 plus tips." And I'm like, "Okay."
Why don't y'all just put that on the freaking website?
Well, you know what? I thought the same thing, but I went back and I was like, let me just suck it up and just fill out my paperwork, and I saw the whole tips thing being explained.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Okay. So you said you applied as a host, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they make tips too?
Allegedly. I don't know if they share the tips, or I don't know if the servers share the tips with the host since we seat the people.
Yeah, because I was wondering, I didn't know the host got to, because I know the host at Olive Garden, I don't know if they made tips or not, because the servers had to tip share with us and the bartenders.
Right.
I don't know about the host. I really don't remember.
I mean, I've just never heard of that.
Yeah. Honestly. So I don't know if they do. I mean, it'd be nice.
Right.
It'd be nice if they did, because, you know.
Yeah, and plus I would be working on Saturdays and Sundays, so 2 of the busiest days of the week.
Oh, yeah.
So that would be a lot better, but I'm just thinking to myself, like, is it worth it? But we got to go on vacation, so I think I am just going to suck it up and just do the job. I'll at least do it for a few weeks, you know, a few weekends.
It would help bring in, like, extra for you. So.
Yeah, you know, like gas money.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Snacks. Whatever you need. Yeah.
Ooh, don't say snacks.
Okay.
I'll spend all my money on snacks and we will not be... Listen, we will just stare at the wallpaper of the Vegas Strip on my laptop.
Oh my...
But no, let's move on because you was telling me about this little documentary.
Oh yes, this Quiet on Set documentary about the dark side of children's television. It was something. And like I said, I can't say it's good because of the subject matter. It was so... I can say it's good in regards to how they put everything together, and they brought some of the executive producers that used to work on certain shows from Nickelodeon onto this documentary, and they explained their side of the story, how it was working with that main. So, I don't know, it really opened my mind and my eyes to just the treachery that is Hollywood and the entertainment industry, and it kind of makes you think there really shouldn't ever be child actors and actresses. It just shouldn't be a thing. They should not have to basically be pimped out by their parents to make money to get them out of whatever, you know, horrible situation they may be in. I just don't think it's worth it for that child's psyche and having to grow up and get through the rest of their lives. It's just, yeah, it just kind of opened my mind up to that. I was like, wow. And we're sitting back as kids watching these shows thinking, oh my God, these kids are living such great lives. And in retrospect, they're like going through hell. So, yeah.
He looked like a pedophile.
Oh yeah, he's just got that look.
Yeah. You get that because his chin blends in with his neck.
Not anymore, actually. He lost a lot of weight. Remember, I don't know if you remember Tebow from iCarly.
I heard about that food.
Yeah, he was like, I got Dan here. We're gonna sit and have a little interview here. Why are you giving him a platform?
Exactly.
Why are you letting him have a moment to sit? This man has destroyed so many people's lives, and you're just like, we want to hear what is there to hear from him?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Because, listen, they posted that video on Twitter.
I was so pissed off when I saw that.
I know, but I mean, in a way, I kind of like it when they do post the video on Twitter, because then it's like they post it on Twitter, and that stops or somewhat stops the views from YouTube. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, okay,
yeah,
you know, that's kind of a little better, but at the same time, it's like, you don't need a platform. He really just does not have anything to say. And I watched the first minute and 28 seconds of that, and I was like, I'm done.
19-minute interview, and it's just him casually apologizing or saying that he needs to put out strong apologies to the people that he's hurt. I'm like, dude, you need to be in jail.
Right.
You need to be under the freaking jail.
Right, you need to be hit upside the head with the jail.
You and along with all those other weird executive producers that...
Yeah, wasn't it like... I know it was one guy named Brian
Peck, yeah. Which... No relation to Josh Peck, by the way. No relation. People have had to make that strongly clear.
I was about to say.
Yeah, no relation to Josh Peck. He's just disgusting Brian Peck. And the fact that he registered as an offender and still got work after he did what he did. Disney Channel picked him up for an episode of The Sweet Life on Zack and Cody, and he was voice acting because he couldn't be near kids. But once they found out who he was, they fired him. But he was still working in Hollywood up until like 5 years ago.
Damn, that's a long time.
And I'm like, this dude is a convicted registered sex offender. Why is he still getting work?
He needs to be a waiter.
Or in jail.
Or that,
or
you know.
Under the jail.
I mean...
Dude got 16 months after he did what he did. And then...
Times that by 12 and then we'll talk.
It just doesn't make any sense.
That's not enough years.
No,
never mind.
He needs to...
Yeah. It's wild to me.
Oh, it's literally just kind of like, I don't want to say it destroyed my childhood, but it's like I hear the theme song of Drake and Josh and it just does something to me now. I think about it from a whole different perspective. I'm like, wow.
Oh my gosh. Like, is it like a secret code?
No. No, it's just, I don't know, you listen to it now and then you think about the fact that Drake
was being by this man.
Yes. And then I think before they filmed the pilot episode for Drake and Josh, he was going to trial trying to get everything settled. And then this dude's got all these supporters, all these actors and actresses that wrote support letters for him and was like, no, Brian would never do that. And, but he did. There's literally court documents proving that he did.
Everybody always has a dark side. Like, I mean, it can be like just a little dark side, like, oh, you know, when no one's looking, you know, I pick my nose and eat my boogers. Like, you know, from that all the way up to, yeah.
This.
But, I don't know, though. See, listen, my dark side... Okay, you can see that a little bit in Vegas. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be real fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's dark, but it got a little, you know, a light, just a little bit.
Yeah, there's a dark side where it's like, you know, you might be a little mischievous, but that is like just evil. Just disgusting. And then they got the nerve to put some of the actors and actresses that were in support of him on the freaking show.
Now, what sense does that make? How you gonna have it?
They knew what they were doing. He knew what he was doing. That freaking nasty producer knew exactly what he was doing.
It just doesn't make any sense to me, because how are you gonna have a show about what really happened behind the scenes on, you know, all of these kid shows, and in the same have these people come on and
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. It's
I
like
almost ripped my cars. No, I need these to read. I'm sorry.
It really gets me heated because it's like that was a baby, that was a child, and he's got to live with that for the rest of his life now.
Yeah.
Like I know it's been like over 2 decades since it happened, but it's like that's something that he's got to get through.
Yeah, when you told me his age, I was shocked.
He's 37.
Ooh.
And people were like, he looks so much older. But I'm like, look at what he's had to go through. Like, behind... Oh, and his mama.
Oh, what that have to do?
She needed to be beat. I'm sorry.
I almost called Danielle. I'm sorry.
She literally was just, like, so careless with him during that whole thing. And his dad, like, kudos to his dad. His dad's a freaking trooper. His dad was like, look.
So he don't need to be beat.
No, his dad used to be his manager. And Brian tried to get in between that, which he did. He manipulated, like, everybody in Drake's life at the time to get him away from his dad, and it worked. And his mom was one of those people. And they were getting a divorce because of just how careless she was, and I guess a bunch of other stuff. And he was like, look, I know we don't really have a lot going on right now. You probably want to get this money, do whatever. But the one thing I ask of you, don't let my son near that man. And what did she do? She
let him all up nearby, beside, and all around that man.
Oh my God, because I guess they lived in Orange County at the time. And the auditions that they were doing for the Amanda show were in LA. So, you know, somebody had to drive him because he wasn't driving himself, obviously. And she was like, oh yeah, I don't like driving. So why don't you call up your dialogue coach and tell him to come and get you and take you to the auditions? And at that, why don't you spend the night at his house?
She do need to be deaf. No, let me not say that. I'm sorry.
No, she needs.
I almost had a Wendy moment.
Nah, she needs to be. Yeah, she's like, oh, I don't like driving. I don't really feel like doing that. Why don't you have your dialogue coach, this 40-year-old man, drive you to these auditions, and then while at that, you can spend the night at his house as well, so you guys can, you know, bond.
Listen, I mean, I know I'm built different. Why would you even
think that was okay to do?
Right.
And then after everything that happened to him, you know, he gets a girlfriend, and he's at his girlfriend's house because he said that was the safest place he felt like he could be. It took, for his girlfriend's mom, he said it took her like 6 seconds to figure out something was wrong. And she brought him back in the kitchen and was like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, oh, you know, Brian, it's kind of weird. And she was like, no. She was like, a 40-year-old man does not call my girlfriend's boyfriend like that. What's going on?
Right.
And then she calls his mom and is like, yeah, we're going to take Drake to therapy because something's wrong, and we can tell he's in quite a bit of danger.
At this point, I wouldn't even told his damn mama. Like, listen, I'm the godmama now.
Why did it take for someone else's mom to do what you should have been doing as his mother?
I'm still stuck on the sleeping at the damn 40-year-old man's house because you don't even know this kid. And you're just going to be okay with that?
And he's staying at this grown man's house. Like, and then there was so many signs that his dad picked up on, like the slight, like just close contact, the touching his arm and rubbing down his arm and just being way too close to him. Whoa. Like, what are you?
Don't you know? If my father right now saw a man, hell, don't matter the damn age, saw any male put their hand on me like this or this.
Oh, dude was like,
he raised some hell.
And nobody was raising hell enough for this kid. Like, just letting him get away with it. His dad was the only person I was like, this is freaking weird. You need to stay away from my son. And because he didn't have any, like, power to take him away from him, it ended up happening anyway. And it pisses me off so much because that could have been prevented. That whole 6 months of him being abused could have been prevented if it had been for people doing what they needed to do as adults.
And being parents.
So many of those parents that I watched on that series need to be beat because they were just so... The way they're talking about like how their children got caught up with these horrible people is just so like nonchalant. Like, these are your kids, your babies, like, and you're just letting them go around with these random grown people.
They let the fame and the money get to them.
Yeah, like I said, it's like they're pimping their kids out to get money, and it's like, where's the integrity? Where's the morals, the values? This is my child. Like, and you know what? The only mom that was like that, she was black. She was black. It was one of her kids that used to be on All That, and she saw the way that they were treating him, and she was like, no. She was like, they're annoyed by me because I speak up about mine.
And I'm going to say what I might have to say.
And she did, and they fired him because of it. They ended up letting him go.
That's okay.
And no, she said that. She was like, that was probably the biggest blessing in disguise that we ever got, because it prevented him from going through
all of that.
God knows what could have happened.
Knowing her, she probably would have killed the man that was doing it. She'd probably be in jail, locked up now. But I would put money on her books though.
Because it's like, she was like, it was her and maybe another mom, and then Drake's dad. Like, they were the only parents that really seemed to be like about their children. Like, this is my child, and I'm not about to let them get hurt or even.
And to think it went on for years on so many different shows.
Yes, like and I'm watching all the videos back of like things that they used to make Ariana Grande do on the show, and like, yeah. And just all the weird jokes and the weird scripts and I don't know, it's just completely changed my perspective on, I mean, I already knew things were weird in Hollywood and the industry as a whole, but good Lord.
And it's not just Hollywood, like...
No, it's not just Nickelodeon or Hollywood, it's like...
the music industry.
In its entirety, just like, it's sick and twisted and gross and... Yeah.
I don't know what be going on Broadway behind the scenes.
Ooh, I never thought about like the theater industry.
Oh yeah,
I know it's messy. I know it's messy.
I mean, it's probably like Naya Rivera.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that beautiful Hispanic woman. R.I.P.
Yeah.
She wrote a book about. I'm pretty sure it was about being on that show Glee. And she admitted in the book, like, everybody used to hook up with each other.
Why did I instantly think about Glee when you brought up Broadway? For some reason, I thought about Glee.
Because all them damn show tunes they was covering.
Right, it was just a bunch of theater kids and, like, a show, pretty much.
Yeah.
But I instantly thought about Glee when you said that. So it's funny you're talking about that now.
Yeah. That's how I imagine Broadway being. Is how Glee was behind the scenes with everybody hooking up, having beef and everything.
Because they said there's some type of curse on Glee. Like, haven't like 3 or 4 people from the cast died?
You shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. I know Naya, she drowned.
Yes, she did. That was so freaking sad.
Yeah, is it Mark Saling? I think that's how you pronounce his last name.
Maybe.
He played Puck. He killed himself. Because he got caught with all that child pornography.
See, that's...
And he was done,
That's a whole different thing.
And then, Corey.
Yes.
Okay, now he overdosed.
Yeah.
With the drugs.
Yeah.
Probably crack.
I don't remember. I remember when he passed, but I don't remember what he overdosed on. But something along those lines.
I mean, is that really a curse, though? Because...
they said it's just some type of weird, like, death curse over that show, because... it just seems like so many people have died from the cast. And it's just kind of strange. Like, why is that happening with this show?
Because it's young people, that, they want to have careers, I would say, singing. Or acting. And being on that show, they get to act, but also they're in the studio nonstop, recording all of these songs. They're doing it their way, hitting these high notes and low notes and being, out there. I mean, they have so many songs on Billboard. They went on a whole, like, a big tour. So they're thinking, like, okay, like, this is it, like, this is me. This is my time. This is my thing. This is my moment. I made it. I mean, that's just what I think. But I know, like, okay, Naya drowning, that was just sad. I know she was trying to save her son, which she did. I wouldn't say that that's weird or anything. But I will say, if it wasn't that same year, it might have been the year before or the year after. This guy that used to wrestle, he drowned, and he was trying to save his son, which he did.
Wow, that's...
I was like, there's actually a few stories of these celebrities drowning, trying to save their kids. And I just thought that was weird.
No, that's...
But,
yeah.
you know, the overdosing could have been prevented. Don't do drugs.
Don't.
You know,
don't.
the committed suicide could have been prevented. Yeah. Don't be stashing child pornography.
Yeah, just don't be a freaking creep, a weirdo.
But he looked good. He looked good. So I'm like,
that's
you can't go out and get somebody.
It's like, it'd be the people you least expect, and then come to find out they're just absolute fiends. Just like the worst type of person is.
Listen,
like,
if you can't pull nobody, you just need to work on being by yourself. Work on yourself and be happy with yourself. And just live out your life lonely. Like, just have some friends.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's just like, what do you find attractive about a child? Like, why is that something that... It's so sick. It's so gross.
That's disgusting.
It's so gross. But,
now, don't get me wrong. Kids are so adorable. They make me want to have so many kids.
Yeah, they're cute and they're adorable. But it's like, you look at them,
it's just... relations.
It's just that. Kid. Like, they're cute and they're... Because they're kids and that's just... But you don't think about... Yeah.
It's just... I got some things to say about all them people out there in Hollywood, Texas, Florida, New York,
my
Tennessee.
Mom, like, she is a heavy advocate of the death penalty for pedophiles. She's like, they don't deserve to live. She said they either need to be castrated or they need to be just... Like, you know who Corey Feldman is?
Who?
Corey Feldman.
That sounds familiar.
He used to be an actor in the 80s. He was in a lot of movies as a kid. He was like a child actor.
Okay, no, I'm thinking about somebody else now.
No. Well, he's always talked about like pedophilia in Hollywood and predators, and because he was abused as well as a child. And he's been talking about it for years. And he was like, nobody ever listens to me. They tried to send him away for talking about all this stuff to like an institution. But it's like everything that he talked about in his documentary is happening. And it's been happening. And it's still happening. And it's like, why?
And did you say that he was an actor like back in the 80s?
He was
like,
a child actor.
A long time.
And he's like, I think he's in his 50s or his 60s now. And
he's not old.
Yeah, like he's been around for a while though. Like he's been acting since he was, 12, I think.
Right.
And it's like he's been talking about this going on in the industry for years, and people thought he was crazy. But it's like, he's not, because he's telling the truth. But
people just need to open up their eyes.
I don't think, like, the elites in Hollywood and all that, they don't want people to know the truth about what's really going on.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously. So it's like, I don't know, it's frustrating.
I'm surprised they didn't kill him.
Honestly.
Like they did with Michael Jackson.
Honestly, because it's like, he's talked about a lot of stuff that they probably don't want him to talk about. That's probably why people deem him as crazy. But it's like, nah, he be spitting facts about
what's happening.
Yeah.
Open up your eyes and see. Well, that's a song. But we'll get to that.
But yeah, it's just, I just really have been on that. I've been doing like so much research and just learning about all these different things. And it's just... There doesn't need to be child actors and actresses. That needs to stop being a thing. Just, it needs to not be a thing, like, ever again.
Yeah.
Just let the adults do the stuff. Don't let, because, I mean, even adults, they get abused, too. They do. Do you remember The Mummy? That movie, The Mummy, from, like, 1999?
Ooh, they made a few of those, right?
Yeah, but this is the original one with... You know who Brendan Fraser is?
No.
George of the Jungle.
George of the Jungle. Watch out for that tree.
Him. The guy that played him. And he was in The Mummy. Brendan Fraser.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh baby, he was fine.
Oh, he was. But he got blackballed from Hollywood because one of the people in, I think it was like the Hollywood, it was basically one of the elites of Hollywood. He sexually abused him at a grown age. Like he was.
Said, yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and because he spoke out about it, they blackballed him. And he's just now making a comeback. Like, I think maybe like last year, he was in a movie that won him his first Oscar.
Oh. What's his name again?
Brendan Fraser. I think it's Brennan, not Brendan. Or is it Brendan? I think it's Brendan Fraser. Yeah, he was in the 1999 Mummy, and then he was George of the Jungle, and he was in a few other movies too.
Ooh, he was fine with all that hair. I'm sorry.
I had a really big crush on him in the Mummy. I love that movie. But yeah, so it's like, it really doesn't matter how old you are. It can happen to you at any point. But when it comes to the children, the kids, the babies,
they can't protect themselves. They can't defend themselves at all. And then it's already bad enough that people, like, they just ignore their kids whenever they say, oh, well, this happened at school, you know, or this is going.
Like Amanda Bynes, Lindsay Lohan, like all those actresses and actors from the early 2000s that used to be kids in the late 90s. And then people wonder, like, why did they turn out so? That's why. Because parents just let them do whatever.
I want to know what's going on at little old Disney Channel.
Ooh, that's what they need to make a docuseries about. If Nickelodeon is as bad as it's been, and all this exposure that's come out just this week, I know good and well Disney is just probably 500,000 times worse.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking, because, I mean, if we really want to talk about it, Disney Channel was superior to Nickelodeon. Had way more success.
Yeah, it was bigger. Like, it was, I mean, they would compete with each other at times, but it's like, ultimately, Disney Channel was it at one point.
Yeah, but my thing is this, because I remember Allison Stoner.
Oh, I used to love her.
Oh yeah, that was my girl. Even now.
Oh my gosh, she goes on so many like just smart, articulate rants about what she experienced as a child actor, and it's crazy. Like on Camp Rock and
see, she need to finish that damn story, because let me tell you something, okay? Was it a tweet or was it an Instagram? I don't know. She did something, okay, and apparently she was not going to do Camp Rock 2. And I'm pretty sure it was a tweet. She made a comment. It was like, you guys should know what they did to get me to do Camp Rock 2.
Yeah, because
I think they gave her crap.
Oh shoot. I mean,
because she struggled a little bit there with a little bit of druggy drugs.
I didn't know that, honestly. I knew she
or
had been
maybe it was
through
pills.
I don't know. I just remember she said when they were filming Camp Rock 2, they were in Canada filming it, and it was freezing cold, and they had all those kids out there dancing in short shorts and spaghetti straps, and she said the producers and directors had on like big giant snow coats with heaters inside of them, and they still were cold. And I'm like, what kind of treatment
Canada?
Conditions? Like, why did
this Disney Channel, y'all couldn't have filmed in like Tennessee or Texas?
And then Demi Lovato.
Ooh.
She's already kind of like said some things about how, well, she said a lot about how she was treated when she was doing like Sunny with the Chance and Camp Rock, and because, you know, she's obviously been through it, but she talked about how they tried to calorie restrict her because they didn't want her to gain a bunch of weight. They used to give her watermelon cakes for her birthday every year.
Watermelon what?
Watermelon cakes. They wouldn't ever get her a real birthday cake.
I was going to say, those sound good, but I guess it's probably...
It was problematic for her at the time because she was going through eating disorder, and they wouldn't let her have a real cake. They gave her a watermelon cake every year for her birthday because they were like, we don't want you gaining any weight, and blah, blah, blah. And she said that traumatized her. Like...
I mean, but damn, her mama couldn't afford a damn cake? Or was her mama in on it?
I don't know.
The question... See, y'all need to have me interviewing these damn people, because I'm going to ask the questions and I'm going to get the answers.
And it's just like... And that girl... I have a lot of love and respect for Demi Lovato, because I used to just love watching her on Disney Channel and just knowing what she's been through and what she's experienced and all her, like, life-death situations that she's been in. The fact that she's still here and she's still kicking it, it's like
a miracle.
It is, because the girl has almost died a few times.
She has cheated death. And let me tell you something, that voice. Ooh,
I love her.
Homegirl is loud.
She is, but I always loved her singing because I was like, this girl's 15 and she is like
really doing it,
belting. Like, oh my goodness. Well, maybe not to you.
Oh yeah, she was. But I was gonna say, what was Ariana? But no, we're not gonna start that.
But yeah, that's kind of all I've got to say about that. It was just really eye opening and really just like, damn, like the industry is sick.
And will forever and always be sick. Until all of those people that run the industry die off, and assuming that they don't pass down any of their stuff to these other people, it will always be like that. So what can we do? See, and that's why I don't want to be famous.
Oh yeah, no, I
hell, just give my ass the damn money.
There are celebrities that have admitted they like hate being famous. Like they hate it. They're like, I hate being a celebrity. It sucks. Yeah. You don't really understand what this means to truly be a celebrity. It's not just all about the money and the accolades and the attention and the clothes and cars and whatever. Like, we be going through it. That's crazy. But
yeah, just the whole, it doesn't matter if you're in music, theater.
It's especially bad in music. Ooh.
Oh God, anything for a damn hit.
I'm just thinking about one particular person that I really would want to talk about, but I don't know if we can because it might be a little. Do you have any clue to who I'm referring to?
I think. Are they black? What am I whispering? This is my damn house. I'm sorry. Is it a man or a woman?
It's a man. Of course it's a man.
Oh gosh, hold on. This can go a few ways.
Yeah, he's been in the business for a long time. Might have a couple of connections to why 2 specific people got shot and killed back in the 90s.
Never mind. I was going to say Terry Crews because, he been...
Oh!
Sorry, he been... he had a little moment there where he was like, this happened and I'm standing up for, all the
I remember that. Yeah. No, I'm not talking about him.
What?
You know who I'm talking about, right?
No, I don't.
Seriously.
I know I'm going to be mad when you tell me. But I know you're talking about, about the 2 guys back in the 90s.
And he has very, very close connections to who could have done it or maybe he did it. Don't really know. Alleged. Very much alleged. Emphasis on alleged.
Let me think.
We ain't trying to get sued. But like.
Oh my gosh. Is he fat?
No.
Okay. No. That doesn't matter.
He got a few kids. One of his girlfriends died from mysterious causes, pneumonia, apparently. Used to date very, very beautiful girl. And
what was the girl's name?
Cassie. Did that give you the answer?
Oh, I'm over here thinking about actors.
Nah, it's music mogul. He is a music business mogul.
That man. Okay.
That man.
Oh, yeah. I'm so glad Mariah got away from him. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, they did do some songs together.
Mariah recorded Honey 100 different times and sent them all in to him. And I'm just like, baby.
They're in like a music video together too. Yeah.
Which brings me to one other thing. I love me some Usher Raymond.
Oh yeah.
When he did an interview, it was a little while ago, but they asked him, would you let your son or let your kid stay at P. Diddy's house or his little camp or whatever the hell he had set up back in the day? No.
Justin Bieber was a part of that. He was. When he was like 15, there's like a video of him with Justin Bieber and oh my God, Justin looks so freaking uncomfortable. He's like, you don't call me no more. What business does a 15-year-old have in calling a 40-year-old something, man? You don't come around no more. You don't come to my parties no more. You don't call.
I am underage.
I'm 15. So
and you are pushing.
I get that's how you like to get down or whatever.
Okay.
But I'm not for that. So leave me alone. Like, what business does a 15-year-old have calling you? Leave him alone. That doesn't make
sense at all. Like, why are you, as a grown person, trying to get with or mess with a little boy or a little girl? Like, they can't do nothing for you.
It's usually boys that, yeah. And then they said Usher, when he was 14, when he came out, yeah, he used to be at those freaking parties that he used to host back in the day.
Yeah, but his mama pulled him out, though.
See? Mm-hmm. That's why we love a black mama. Right. They be handling business. Yeah, he's a freaking weirdo too. Mm-hmm. So.
Oh yeah, which is so weird because that's nothing new. But the fact that this whole court case, whatever, just came about within the past few months.
Yeah,
it's wild.
It bothers me when people are like, "Oh, why is she just now?" Do you know how much courage it takes for her? I can't imagine how much courage it took for her to come out and say all this with everything that she endured while she was with him.
Right.
Like, don't bash her for waiting so long. Like, you're not in that predicament. You're not in that situation. Right. It's probably terrifying. Like, he could set up something and he could, God knows. Like,
I wonder if he did have it happen, why would he have those two people unalived back in the 90s? Like, for more power.
Oh, they say he's power hungry. Like, he's obsessed with money and power. And it's like, if getting rid of a few people means obtaining more of that, then why not? Right. I mean, but it's just like, it's crazy. It's so crazy just how people be getting away with this stuff. And I've seen so many YouTube videos about him and just about all the crazy, creepy people in Hollywood. And it's crazy how everything is just now kind of getting exposure and getting, everybody's talking about it now. Like, everybody. Oh, and it just makes me think. When me and my mom used to be out, people used to come up to her and be like, "Oh my God, your kid's so cute. Bring her down to the studio in Hollywood because we want her to audition for this new Disney show that we've got." I didn't want to go. And it was solely because I was just shy and I knew how I was, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to do that." And my mom was like, "Yeah, I wasn't sending you to that." And this happened a few times.
Because you were such a cute kid.
Well, thank you.
Oh my God.
And apparently other people noticed too, because they were just like, "Oh my God, like, she's so cute," and blah blah blah. Like, bring her down to the studio because we're, in the development of a new Disney show, and we think she'd be great for, like, whatever role. And I'd be like, "No, I don't want to do it." And then my mom would be like, "I wasn't sending you to that." And I'm so glad she didn't. And this happened a few times, us just being out and these, like, agents coming up to us like, "Oh my gosh," like these little scouts or whatever. I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. I will watch Disney Channel from the comfort of my own home."
Yeah, they're about to give you a story.
Yeah. Man.
Oh my gosh, does that mean I could have got?
Anybody could have got.
No, because when I used to work at McDonald's, this woman came in and saw me and was like, "Hey, what's your name? You ever think about doing a little modeling?" Okay, listen.
Why did that make me think about that episode of Family Guy when that guy came up to Meg and he was like, "Hey, you got a good look."
Ooh, the whole time talking about her ankles.
Some dang feet.
Okay, no, this is like real modeling though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, she told me about the place and I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna look into it." And at this point, I'm grown, 18. I moved out, okay? Well, 19. I moved out and everything, and I was like, "You know what? Yeah." And I was like, "You know what? I want somebody to go with me." So I had my friend at the time, Samantha. She went with me. That's actually her name. She went with me. And I'm in there and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I want to, whatever. I just want my friend there just, for support, whatever." And then the woman started looking at her and was like, "Oh, you have a great face, great smile. Your skin is all this and then like, you should do it too." And I'm just like, You saw me first, bitch. but I know at that point I already had. I think I had 2 tattoos at that point. Mm-hmm. And she was like, "Don't get any more." Ooh. And I was like, "Okay, that's number one. You're not about to tell me what to do with my body." Exactly. But then I was just like, you know what? No. I couldn't have got. I don't think I was cute enough. I don't know. Maybe I would. Well, no. She had a man. I don't think she would have went for me. So no, I'm gonna need to cut this story out. Oh. But yeah. Well, we went back to work that same day.
Really?
And like, we're gonna be models.
Oh no!
Fucking embarrassing.
We're gonna be models, and then.
And look at me.
Okay, don't.
I'm doing great. I'm doing swell. Yeah, I'm
Stop.
doing just fine.
No, you are. Don't.
Listen, talking about all these menopause and child molesters.
Oof, good Lord.
Got me tired. Ooh, child. Can we go into the exciting,
the
supernatural?
Yes, which, I was on TikTok and somehow talking about all this stuff in the industry, somehow somebody brought up black-eyed children and people. And I was like, what? Mm-hmm. And they were just like, there are certain people on this earth that are not people
at
all, because
not just the lizard people. Continue.
Oh, those two. Mm-hmm. But this lady on TikTok said she was at the grocery store, and she said there was this man that was following her like the whole time, and she looks back, because she's trying to figure out why he's following her, and she said she turned around so quick because his eyes were just completely black.
Yep.
Like, and he was just giving her like the most like evil, like mischievous look. And I'm like, what the heck? What is that? Who are they? Why are they?
Well, let me tell you something about these black-eyed children.
Creep me out.
Listen. I saw, it was a woman a few years ago on TikTok. She made a whole series about the black-eyed children because, well, it was her own personal experience with them. She lived in this neighborhood, and she said, like, this is where, I pulled up into the driveway, and I was just in my car for a little bit, and just out of nowhere, this little boy pulled up on me. He had a hood on, had his head down, and he just kept knocking on the door, just asking me, like, hey, like, can I use your phone? Can I use your phone? But she was like, no, back up, like, go and find your mama. But it's a neighborhood where it's like, kids don't be out after dark. Like, it's dark.
Right.
She went inside and her knocking on her door, and I'm pretty sure it was the same kid that was asking, like, just in a monotone voice, yes, can I come in? Yes. Will you let me in? Will you let me in?
Oh my God.
Apparently, dude went around to her back door, did the same thing, and when she was, recording, like her telling the story and everything, you look in her backyard, and it's almost like it was like a forest, the woods, or pretty much was back there. She had a little backyard. It was, a cute, nice little house, whatever. But she said at one point, she went to him, still in the house, and was trying to talk to him, and she looked out the peephole or through the little window, and the boy lifted up his head, and his eyes just blacked out. Oh. And the dude just would not leave. I mean, eventually he did leave, didn't have no trace of him, and she asked people in the neighborhood, like, was your son wherever? Do you know anything? And nobody knew anything. And I just thought that was so interesting. And actually, a little bit before that happened, I had read a story about this man and this woman. They went somewhere, their eyes completely blacked out. People called the police on them because they were just being weird.
Right.
And they took them in, and you can see their mugshots, and their eyes are like black. And they checked them for contacts, and they're like, no, they're not wearing any contacts.
See, and I was gonna bring that up. I'm like, well, maybe some of these people are just trying to be funny, and they're wearing all black contacts. But if there's no traces of contacts, then like that's
why are your eyes black?
That's a real like person with actual oh God. The thing that really creeped me out when I saw it was I think the next day another person posted about their experience with like a black-eyed person. It was this dude walking down the street and he said there was a guy following him and he looked back trying to be like, what's up? And dude's got these blacked out eyes and he said he ran and was like, nah, I'm not trying to get involved with that. And then another story pops up and I'm like, what's going on? Like, what does that mean? Listen, it just freaked me out. Like I said, I was paranoid. I was looking all in my apartment. I'm like,
no.
It just made
That's how to make you feel, though.
Yes, and I was just, because I'm at home by myself, like, during the week, pretty much, because my mom's at work, and it's just me and the kids, and they're asleep, and everything's quiet, the lights are off, and I'm just, like, feeling so uneasy at home, because I'm, like, watching all these TikToks about all these supernatural occurrences that people have experienced, and I'm just like, it just gives me the willies.
For being on TikTok yesterday, there was this woman, which I heard about this entity before, and the girl was talking about the first man to ever sell his soul.
Was it a music artist? Was he black? I know exactly who you're talking about.
I can't think of his name.
I can't either, but I know who you're talking about. I remember watching a video about him a while back.
It was so interesting, like, to see or to hear that, you know, he played an instrument, he was bad, and everybody knew he was bad, and he knew he was bad too. And he went to the crossroads, and this was down in the South.
Right.
He went to the crossroads and met this entity, which I don't know exactly if this part is true, but the girl said that it was Papa Legba. Don't Google him. And so apparently it was like, I want to be good. I want to be
successful.
Yeah, and he was like, okay, well, it came at a price, and apparently sold his soul, and he instantly became like, not even after a few days, like in that moment, he was just the best, and people from all over came around to see him.
Right.
Apparently he died when he was only like
27.
Yeah, and I'm just like, that is no.
Okay.
Like,
I remember.
That's no time to be famous. I'm sorry.
I remember.
Because how old was he when he met?
So he was 27 when he died. I remember how I found out about him. I was watching somebody made a video about Kurt Cobain, the lead singer from Nirvana that passed away from a drug overdose. Or no, it was he shot himself in the head and he killed himself. He was 27 when he died too. The 27 Club. Have you heard of that?
Yes.
Yeah, and they were just talking about the way people passed, like Jimi Hendrix was 27 when he died, and Kurt Cobain, and Amy Winehouse, and a few other people, and he was on that list too, and that's how I ended up finding out about him, the first person to like ever sell their soul in the industry. And I'm just like, why 27? That's such a odd age to like give yourself away to like whatever. That's such a young age.
To live.
Right? That's just 27 years. Like that's not.
You can't even enjoy.
You're not even 30 yet. Like that's so wild. But yeah, I remember that's how I found out about him. Cannot remember his name at all.
I want to say Charles. I feel like it started with a C.
I kind of want to look it up now. Robert Leroy Johnson.
Oh shit! I was wrong. Okay, then Robert Leroy Johnson.
I'm sorry, that is such a black name.
Listen, anything with Leroy
or Robert killed mysteriously. Nah, we know what happened to him. Met the devil at a crossroads and gave him his soul in exchange for mastery of the guitar. Oh, so he wanted to learn how to play the guitar better? Dude, you could have took some freaking lessons from somebody. Play around with it a little bit. Figure some things out. Shoot.
Right.
You over here talking to whole evil demonic entities like, hey, I just want to get better at playing this instrument. I give you my soul for it.
And then Papa Legba, allegedly, of all demons and entities.
Is that one of those, like, Mexican demons? One of the Hispanic demons? Because I've heard a lot about those. That's what that sounds like.
The Hispanic entities, okay,
That's what that sounds
They
like.
are a whole nother level compared to
yes!
the American.
What was that movie that they made about that real, like it was based on a true story? It was Lost something. It was some horror movie that they made. It was based off of like a true life, like Mexican demon. I can't remember.
Was it a woman?
I think so. Yeah. Do you know? what?
I do. What was that bitch's name?
La Rain? No. La something. They made a whole movie about it like 8 years ago. And I can't remember the name. It was La something.
I know. Oh my gosh, please find that, because I remember hearing about that and I was like, you want to catch my ass watching that.
La Llorona.
Okay, so it's the girl that I follow on TikTok, right? And she has like, I don't think she considers herself to be a medium, but she does have these experiences and she is able to, you know, do some things with her, and she's suspended.
Right.
And she's always telling her personal stories, but she also reads about other people's stories and, you know, like from her comments in her inbox and puts them up on TikTok. I don't know if she still does that or not. Maybe she just sticks to just, you know, informing us about whatever. But she has had a few stories about that entity.
Yeah, they made a movie. I would like to hear like her perspective because it's very interesting. Ooh. But yeah, they made a movie about her. Like I think it was 2015 when that movie came out. That was during that. Remember that Charlie challenge that everybody was doing?
Who?
You remember that the Charlie challenge? Do you remember that? It was like people were trying to summon a Mexican demon.
Okay.
Yeah, and you put like a piece. You have a piece of paper, and then you put like, what was it? 2 pencils, and it's like you would put. They would kind of like a cross, and if it turned a certain way without you moving it, like that meant you summoned something or whatever. I forgot exactly how it went, but yeah,
okay,
it was
I
called.
might need to look into that.
It was called the Charlie's. We had some really stupid challenges when we were younger because we were really trying to summon actual demons as a challenge. We used to
just be doing anything.
Remember Bloody Mary? We used to be going to the bathrooms, look in the mirror, turn all the lights off, and then say that 3 times and nothing happened. Yeah. Yeah, we used to use, and that just sounds like a game that we would have added to that little scary game. Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Oh,
he's so interesting.
Honestly, he is, because he's so freaking eerie. Like just this tall, lanky fella.
Ooh.
And he's got that suit with no freaking face.
Listen, tall, lanky, he would have had me. I'm sorry. He would because...
Oh my gosh. He didn't have a face though.
I know. And those long arms.
Nah, they was like...
like, that's a character that you would see in Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Really?
Wow. Ooh, they have some scary characters up on that show.
Wait, do you remember Mr. Meaty? That show no, it was a Nickelodeon show. Weird show. It was like puppets, and they used to work at this like fast food joint.
Sounds familiar.
Mr. Meaty. It was really creepy.
I mean, anything with puppets is creepy.
Honestly, but it kind of reminded me of. Oh no, I'm thinking about Ren and Stimpy, not Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh,
I'm thinking about Ren and Stimpy. Okay. It was on the same vibe as Ren and Stimpy. Just real unsettling and odd. I don't know, it just made me think about that when you said that random thought. That show was really weird.
I can't get back. I don't want to experience anything like that. But at the same time, I did.
What?
Well, I mean, the demon in my apartment, that's already enough for me right now. But I like to actually see, like, a real, like, out in the, not in my house.
But like out in public,
Like, listen, there's a field right over here. We'll actually drive past it. There's a little field.
Right.
And it's right where the toll booths are. But every now and then, it'll be foggy. And so whenever I drive out there, like, I just look out and I'm just like, what if I saw the Slender Man? You know what I mean? What if I saw something that I wasn't supposed to see?
No, like...
Because it's out there.
Right, like with the whole like black-eyed people thing, I was like, the fact that people are actually seeing these people out is bound to happen to like you or maybe someone you know.
Listen, I will fight any one of them kids. I will. They will get the hands.
I think my heart would drop to my butt if I ever saw anything like that. I think I just can't. I don't know what my body would do. It would do something that is never done before.
It would like contort into something and just run off, maybe.
Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I feel like my body would react in a way that it's never reacted before. Seeing something like that.
I'm with you just so I can protect you.
Oh Lord!
Because I'm like, Jen, go get in the car. Okay, I handle it. Like, you ain't touching Bubbles, okay? You ain't putting not a finger, okay, not an arm, a foot, none of that. Don't even look in her direction. I would get out there and I would beat it a few elbows. You know, it's like.
Well, thank you. But no, I don't ever want to be in that predicament. But it's like just the fact that people have on their own. Like, I'm assuming they didn't have anybody with them, no friends with them. It was just them. You're like, oh shoot, like what do I ain't never seen nothing like you before. What am I supposed to do?
Listen, one of us gotta go and I got things to do.
See, so you got people that steal, that rob, that kill, whatever. But I ain't never seen nobody with blacked out eyes. What am I supposed to do with you or to you? Can I do anything? Like, can I defend myself? You might have abilities that I didn't know about. You might be able to do something to me.
Right.
It's like...
You might be a damn bloodbender or something.
Right. And it's like, oh shoot, what am I supposed to do? Watching Avatar for 12 years has not prepared me to be able to like...
Are you serious? Oh no.
But it's like...
Listen, I feel like I could take anything now.
Wait, do you think you could get yourself out of like a bloodbending in capture? Do you think you'd be able to...
Honestly... Yes and no. I say yes because, you know, like when the demon in my apartment visits me on Sundays, which is always on a Sunday, like that's how I feel. Like I'm stuck. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I say no because I don't feel like I'm at the point where I'm stuck and like my body's not doing all this, that, and the other. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's crazy. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know, but I just feel like, I mean, call me crazy, that's fine. I grew up and I still to this day, I watch my little superhero shows, I watch all my little cartoons with people with abilities, people that know how to throw hands and fight.
Yes, that's what I really love about like, people just be getting into some stuff like action, like fight scenes.
And I be learning stuff. Right. That's what I feel like listen, I feel like I would know, you know, like when to strike. I know how to wait for that moment and then make a move. My family gonna watch this and be like, you so damn crazy. You look at body, but it's like, listen, just give me a chance.
Right, like let me prove myself.
Right.
Like, I have the capabilities to hold my own. Like,
and then if I come back with my ass beat, then you can say something.
Then y'all can joke and you'll have the right to do that if I get bodied. But
I don't know. It's something.
It is.
I think I would be ready for it, but no, like all these entities just all over the world. Like I tell people with no shame, I'm scared of the dark, and I said that when I started, this cleaning job, and the dude started turning off all the, and I'm like, what? I'm like, Misty, where you at? Like, be by me. I'm scared of the dark. Right. And, you know, like, they laugh, and I don't care if people laugh, but like, I tell them,
I'm serious about this fear.
Right.
Like,
you don't know what really happens in the dark.
Right. And, ooh, that darkness deep down in the ocean is a whole other type of darkness. Okay. That's, what do they call it? The Midnight Zone. That's literally what it's called. Because it's cold and it's dark. that's where all the piranhas and the angler fish.
Ooh.
That's that freaking fish with that light that's coming out of it from Finding Nemo. Yeah, that's where all those fish reside, in the midnight zone.
Can you imagine, like, just trying to fight in the ocean? Like, you're literally fighting in slow motion because
the water is restricting your muscle movement.
Right.
Like, that's where that freaking big fin squid is too. Remember that squid?
Nah, leave that shit down there, honey.
People was trying to find it back in 2005.
I'm so tired of them. They gonna wake something up on this earth.
I think it was in Mexico, and it was in Mexico, and it was, man, freaking legs just going. Oh, I ain't never seen no cephalopod look back. I was like, what is that? Like, I've seen octopus, I've seen squid. I've never seen nothing like that before. And it just so eerie looking. Just the whole vibe of that video was just off. I'm like, I can't imagine the stuff that hasn't been discovered yet that's in the ocean.
And that's why I said these people, listen, they're gonna get tired of searching and hunting and diving because they're gonna wake something up and we gonna be fucked.
Why is there a man that is spending so much money on wanting to make a replica of the Titanic? Like, he's actively doing that.
He must not know history repeats itself.
Like, what is it with people, specifically white people, and their obsession with the Titanic? I don't get it.
I mean, it was a good movie at the end,
it was, but like, and it actually occurred, but it's like, why are y'all so obsessed with it? Like, it's been over 100 years now.
Literally.
And it's literally in pieces at the bottom of the ocean. Like,
you can't even touch it because it'll just
disintegrate. There's just, it's rusted, it's torn to bits, it's got seaweed and algae all over it. Like, what now this man is spending all the somebody said it's gonna be the whole Ocean Gate 2.0 thing all over again. And I'm like, see, rich people don't know what to do with their money, and they're just doing these really odd, stupid things with their money. Like, why do you need to make a replica of the Titanic? Why?
Listen, you want to do something with your damn money? Okay, put that money towards the damn force field over Earth so we don't get hit by a fucking meteor.
Which we've been really close to experiencing.
Exactly.
There have been meteors that have crossed Earth, and there's whole news reports about it because of how close it is.
And it's like, shit, did y'all see that?
Or
did y'all feel that?
The sun getting closer to the Earth. Like,
I got a theory about that.
Oh,
we're going to talk about that later. Okay, let me ask you something. Your mama like wine? Red wine?
She doesn't drink it as often, but yeah.
I'm going to buy her a bottle.
Oh, baby.
Not today, but I'm going to buy her a bottle.
Wait.
You know what? Listen, because we're going on this trip.
Right.
I have to, because I wouldn't feel right if I did it. I just have to meet your mom at some point before the trip, just so she know, like, face to face, like, you know, like, this is, you know, the man that's taking my daughter, okay, to another city.
I talk about you all the time to her. Literally, she knows you, like, as if you guys have met. It's so cute. It's so funny. So it's like, she don't be tripping. But no, I do want you to meet her. I was just talking to her about that last night. I was like, you guys need to meet. I was like, I've met his mom. And now I need you to, like, but, I told her about your dinner request, and she said she would be glad to make it.
I'm gonna be eating good.
Because she was like, I have made pork chops before, but it was a while ago. But she was like, I'll do it again.
Listen, just put that on the plate and some foil and just hand that to me. Ooh, because I can't eat in front of them because I would just be I would disrespectfully obliterate that plate. I bring the plate back, okay?
Yeah. I told you they came and they did, like, some stuff with the apartment, and they sprayed too. So we took everything out of the cabinets, and they were supposed to come back, but what was that?
It's starting. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. No! I was gonna be ready, but no.
It's starting.
You know what? I need to quit playing.
You do.
How'd the microwave almost explode?
So, it was one of the kids. It was Kayla. She has a heating pad that I bought her. and it's like a little Panda, but the heating pad is like inside the Panda. So you take it out and you heat it up. And she's used it before.
Oh God.
She put it in the microwave, and all of a sudden we hear this, and like it kept making this noise and it would stop. It would make noise and it would stop. And I'm like, what the heck is that? And I'm thinking maybe it's the dryer because I had the dryer on. It's the damn microwave almost about to catch on fire.
Oh, hell no.
And I was like, Kayla, what did you do? And she was like, nothing. She was like, I do this all the time. There was sparks and flames. The heating pad burnt up to a crisp. I was like, what? My mom was like, we'd sue. We'd sue. Because the fact that that was supposed to be a microwavable, safe heating pad to use, and it burned up in the microwave and almost blew up the microwave. And shoot, our freaking apartment, like, what the heck? It was so scary.
But like,
it was so scary.
She has heated up that same pad,
yeah, the same thing, the same one. Because you take it out of the Panda and then you put the actual like heating pack in the microwave, and then you put it back in the Panda and you put it on wherever it hurts, like she's done before.
Where it hurts?
Like if you got a pain or you know. Oh my God. On your knee,
I need one
on your shoulder. Yeah, so I was like, girl, we're gonna have to get you another heating pad because that could have been such a disaster.
She be having pains. What's going on?
Well, you know, cramps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I must say they're not messing with her at the damn school, are they?
It's just it's the cramps that we all experience as women. Yeah, she's been dealing with that. So she was just heating it up like she normally, and then all of a sudden, my mom's screaming. I'm like, what's going on?
Right.
I got this tuna sandwich in my hand that I'm eating. I literally was about to like go in for a bite, and all of a sudden I hear screaming. I'm like, what's going on?
They're trying to eat. Her mama trying to relax.
She's like, she cussing and she's screaming. I'm like, and I'm mid bite. I'm like,
like in a movie.
I'm like, what's going on?
Man.
And then I get up and all I see is a fire in the microwave. I'm like, what's wrong with today? What's wrong with today?
Fire.
Yes. I'm like, you've done this before. I don't know if she heated it up for too long, but it shouldn't have done that. I don't know what happened. But yeah, our microwave almost blew up last night. It still works. It's just a huge burn mark at the top of it now.
Damn.
But it still works.
I would have do that thing out.
It smelled like just a bunch of burnt up cigarettes for the rest of the night. But it still works. Because I was like, is our microwave still functional? It is. But that was scary because it really could have ended up a lot worse if it took a minute for the flames to die down. I was like, it was making me nervous. Jazzy was freaked out.
I'm nervous for y'all.
That was a night.
Okay, let's not heat it up that way. You know what? Let's just put in some hot water.
Shoot, I'd rather her do that. I was like, I'm gonna have to buy you the heating pad that I have because mine's it has the beads in it, but I've had that heating pad for like 7 years and it's never done that.
Right.
Like I was like, I'm gonna have to get you one of those.
Ooh, girl, you're gonna have to give me one too.
Amazon.
Of course.
My mom got it. It was a Christmas gift. I don't know why. I don't think I asked for that, but she gave it to me anyway. And I love it because it's scented. It smells good. Like, well, you don't like peppermint.
I don't.
It kind of smells like peppermint, but I'm pretty sure they have other scents.
Girl, give me vanilla.
Or lavender.
Oh.
I think they had a lavender one. Yeah.
My body wash is lavender. I used to have lavender shampoo. My trash bags is lavender.
Love the scented trash bags. Whoever thought of that was just really thinking.
Genius.
Just really like, you know what? Trash stinks already.
They foot rub. I was gonna say something else.
Oh,
but yeah, foot rub.
Yeah, because that was a really smart idea. Like trash stinks, so let's make the bag smell good.
Ooh. I forgot I was supposed to take my car to my brother at 4 o'clock.
Oh.
Let's go ahead and close out the show.
Yeah.
Yes, thank everybody for joining us and on this long episode talking about
all types of things.
Right, the supernatural, Hollywood, and
the industry.
My damn jobs.
Yes.
Which I'm going to keep all of them.
Yes.
I might leave Red Lobster after
so long.
Yeah. It depends on how them tips is looking.
I hope they're good. I hope those people tip you in like Olive Garden.
Right.
Cheap people. Ugh.
I'm gonna have to come up with a sob story.
I've seen a few episodes of different shows.
I need my bills paid. Well, wait, that's a true story.
Probably.
I'm gonna have to come up with something to get some more tips, but we'll have to. We'll come back and we'll have a new show and everything, and it's gonna be a funny show because listen, next show we have to skip this one, but next episode we're going through my list of insults.
Yes! Oh my gosh, we were supposed to talk about.
Yeah.
Yep. We're gonna get
to it next time because
I need to know because, like I said, I'm not good with insults. I'm just not.
I like one-hitter quitters. That would really
do damage. Really hurt the person. Yeah.
I like them to be funny.
Right. I want to hear them. Shoot, I'm excited.
We're going to stop right there. We're going to see y'all later.
Bye.
Because you get nothing else from me today. Goodbye.